Hello po mga kababayan, nanood kayo po, nasubaybayan ninyo yung impeachment trial ni Sara Duterte ngayon, day 14. Siyempre naman na niya Mr. Maravillas, kaya lang hindi na namin natapos kasi napakahaba. Ako din, mga kababayan, sabi ko, pakinggan ko na lang yung mga balita, mga summary na mga balita kasi hirap subaybayan kasi ubos yung oras natin. Anyway, makinig na lang po kayo sa mga summary ng mga balita kung hindi ninyo kaya na subaybayan yung more than 4 hours na impeachment trial laban kay Sara Duterte. Anyway, sa simula pa lang mga kababayan, naimbierna na po si Attorney Lorna Kapunan kasi sabi ni Attorney Kapunan, inindyanan niya ako ng defense, ng mga abogado ng defense. Hindi sinipot mga kababayan yung meeting nila. Sabi ko sa inyo, talagang gusto nilang iwasan at malamang parte ito ng mga delaying tactics na ginagawa po ng kampo ni Sara Duterte. Sabi naman po ni Chis Escudero, hindi na inindyan, ginost ka. O, di ba, mga kababayan? Yung unang introduction pa lang mga kababayan, unang bungad pa lang ni Atty. Kapunan, yun ang sinabi po. Yun ang kanyang reklamo. Naindyan kami, Atty. Kapunan, Counsel for the Panel of Prosecutors is recognized and makes a manifestation. Naindyan po kami, sabi ni Kapunan. The defense team did not reply to their text message asking, sabi po niya, asking when they will meet either Thursday or Friday last week para ma-compare niya yung mga documents para sa trial. Reklamo ni Capona, napakalinaw naman niya sa directive ng presiding officer na mag-agree on a date on Thursday or Friday last week, August 14. What good will that do us? The hearing is today. According to Kapunan, what is more disturbing niya is the defense allegedly disclaiming that the impeachment court said Thursday or Friday last week. The other party supposedly said what was mentioned was to only agree on a time and date. That is anya bad faith, sabi ni Kapunan. Umusok si Kapunan, parang ginagago nyo kami. I cannot predict their tactics but certainly this is violating the court's order. I think they should give this more priority. Ikaw ba naman, August 14, Friday, edi tapos na yung witness ko. Kaya ginawa ni Atty. Kapunan, nanood na lang ng sine, nag-Odyssey. Yan o, nanood na lang ng sine si Atty. Kapunan. Now showing Odyssey. Sa inis ni Atty. Kapunan, yung prosecution ready to meet, ready to stipulate, ready to proceed. Ganon mga kababayan yung ating prosecution. Yung defense mo parang hindi siniseryoso, gumagawa ng mga rason para ma-delay. O di ba? Pakinggan natin yung manifestation ni Atty. Kapunan mga kababayan.
First of all, Your Honor, we, this Honorable Court and Presiding Officer, will note that when we broke off last Wednesday, it was very clear that prosecution through this representation made a motion, in fact modified the motion, that we be allowed to present the documents, 4,492 documents, before the Honorable Clerk of Court. And for purposes of comparison, Your Honor, and this Honorable Presiding Judge will recall that it did issue a directive to the parties to make themselves available on Thursday and Friday of last week, just mutually agreeing on a common time, Your Honor. Also, the clerk of court was directed to make themselves available either on Tuesday or Friday or both days, subject to a time agreed upon by both counsels for the petitioner and the respondent. Ito po ang nangyari, na indyan po kami. Why do I say that? Wednesday,
Naindiyan.
we made a text message, and I have the text messages here. When do we meet? Tomorrow or Friday? Wala pong sagot nung Wednesday. On Thursday, we waited the whole day. Kailan tayo magmi-meet? Thursday na ngayon. Friday na bukas. Our witness will be on board on Monday. Wala pa rin sagot, Your Honor. The whole day of Thursday. At the end of Thursday, at the end of office hours, Thursday, Your Honor, and we have the evidence here, at 5:38 in the afternoon of Thursday, they texted, counsel for the respondent texted to say, we are available on August 14. This coming Friday, Your Honor, August 14, when napakalinaw naman sa directive ng presiding officer na mag-agree on a date on Thursday or Friday of last week. August 14, what good will that do us? The hearing is today, August 10, and they want us to appear before the clerk of court to compare documents on August 14. For what purpose, Your Honor? Now, the text message is even more disturbing because apart from saying sa August 14 na lang, they even disclaim the fact that this honorable court said Thursday or Friday last week. Wala naman daw sinabi ang presiding officer except to set a time, date, and time mutually agreed upon by the parties. That is bad faith, Your Honor, because sinabi ng presiding officer ang specific dates, Thursday or Friday last week. Wala daw sinabi ang presiding officer. And the presiding officer will recall that you time but not on the dates. Now we are told August 14. The clerk of court over the weekend also was waiting for notice from both parties. And we got a call from the clerk of court saying, walang sinabi sa amin except August 14. In a last attempt, Your Honor, in a last attempt for them, for counsels, for the respondent, this morning, as late as this morning, we approached them to say, we have 1 hour to go, let's start. And they said, again, they refused. They refused, no need daw. Kasi pakitahan na lang ng summaries, etc. No need, you know. Let me just say, Your Honor, that this attitude of the respondent is not new. We had the same attitude pre-trial pa lang. Ayaw na mag-stipulate. Why? Because daw, hindi faithful reproduction yung kopya nila tsaka yung kopya namin. Bakit hindi faithful reproduction? Because ang pinag-awayan, presiding officer, Your Honors, isa lang ang pinag-awayan, covering page. Covering page ng 4,492 documents na yan. Ang pinag-awayan, covering page. And that's why they did not want to stipulate. So, Your Honors, if I may, we will necessarily have to go over very briefly this witness, briefly glossing over the documents and identifying her summary, her tabulation, pursuant to the presiding officer's suggestion. And we are invoking as well Rule 130, Section 7, and Section 3C on summaries and tabulations. We will do that, Your Honor.
I have a question, Counsel. Before I recognize Attorney Christine, Attorney Lorna, Attorney Wamil had a table and summary for the ARs for December 21 to 31, 2022. which was turned over to Ms. Eileen, so she can testify on that as well, given that it's official records. My question is, does she have a tabulation and or summary? Because apparently, Attorney Wamel did not, dahil hindi na rin niya inabutan yun, ayon sa kanya, di ba?
Yes,
May
Your
tabulation at summary ba si Ms. Eileen ng first to third quarter of 2023 ng OVP at DepEd confidential funds?
Yes, Your Honor. Our witness, Ma'am Silene May Del Campo, does have a similar summary of all of the acknowledgement receipts, Your Honor.
Again, to clarify, covering the first to the third quarters
The
of
first-
2023 of both DepEd and OVP.
Yes, Your Honor. For the first quarter of the OVP, the second quarter, and the third quarter, Your Honor, that totals 1,823 acknowledgement receipts.
How many?
She
1,000?
For the first quarter of February 6, March 29, 2023, covering 519 documents. Our witness has a tabulation, Your Honor, a summary.
Second quarter of OVP?
For the second quarter, which is the period April 25 to June 30, 2023, covering 530 acknowledgement receipts, Your Honor, our witness also will be presenting a tabulation or a summary. And for the third quarter of the Office of the Vice President, our witness will be presenting a tabulation for the periods July 14, September 30, 2023, covering 774 documents, Your Honor. 15 lawyers for the defense, for the respondent. They did not have enough lawyers, nor the time to comply with the directive of this Honorable Presiding Officer. Lastly, Your Honor, in any event, Your Honor, there is no denial of due process. They will have the opportunity when all of these documents are presented in a formal offer of evidence.
Ang dami-dami nila na abogado, sabi ni Atty. Kapunan. 15, 16 nga eh. 16-member defense team. Pero wala silang panahon na mag-comply. O di ba? In-Indian sila, mga kababayan. Kinukulang pa ng abogado niya. Yan ang sabi ni Atty. Kapunan. Talagang sinasadya po na huwag mag-comply. Kaya ituloy natin, mga kababayan.
That is their time to compare. That is their time to make their comments. That is their time to raise their objections, Your Honor, when it is formally offered in evidence in due course. Thank you, Your Honor.
The chair notes the manifestation of Attorney Lorna and her point with respect to the respondent having the opportunity to comment once formal offer has been made is well taken. Attorney Christine, yes, your comment, ma'am?
Your
Before we
Honor,
proceed?
Yes, Your Honor, please. I would like to thank the good counsel for their willingness to explore or to implement Rule 130, Section 7. At least we have aligned with what we are expected to do before this honorable court. In fact, Your Honor, earlier this morning, I was asked by one of her partners about the comparison. And I actually told her partner, Attorney Lazaro, Attorney, we don't even need to compare the exhibits in order to expedite the proceedings. Because first of all, that's the authenticity of the exhibits is something something that the court will have to decide. And the court will only decide on that after the prosecution has already submitted their offer of evidence, and that will be subject to our comment. And there's no need for us to actually compare the exhibits just so we can arrive at a stipulation that this and that are the same. And also, Your Honor, with regard to the identification of the witness of the exhibits, that goes into the witness competence. No, we did not stipulate here in open court that the witness is competent to identify the exhibits, Your Honor, kasi hindi naman ho namin kilala ho yung taga-COA. Pangalawa, we don't know the extent of her examination of the documents. Pangatlo, she just assumed the work of Mr. Wamil. So, mahirap naman po sabihin nun ng kliyente namin, sige, okay na, we payag na kami, she can identify the exhibit, she knows all of those, she has examined all of those. Precisely, that's the duty of the counsel to do in open court. Now, there's Rule 130, Section 7, and for those of you who are litigating before the CTA, you already know this rule, that a witness can testify based on a summary, and that would actually show that he's competent to testify on the exhibits by reason of the summary that she made. And that would attest that she has examined all of the documents that are contained in the summary. That's why yun po yung sinuggest ko sa counsel ng kabila. Sabi ko, we will not even object, attorney, as to how many exhibits you will identify or you will have as samples, kahit 10 per quarter or kahit 100 or kahit wala. Diba? If you check Rule 130, Section 7, hindi naman ho ni-require na isa-isahin ho yun. At hindi ho nire-require, Your Honor, na kailangan ho namin mag-stipulate on the exhibits, on the authenticity, so that they can use Rule 130, Section 7. And if properly done po, Your Honor, I think they can identify or they can finish all 1 quarter in less than 10 minutes. I'm talking about that now. I'm talking about that based on experience. So, Your Honor, we don't object to their implementation of Rule 130, Section 7, as to the manner by how they will do it. We will also not object, but subject to cross-examination, Your Honor. Thank you.
The manifestation,
On to this, Your Honor.
ako na
Just
magre-respond. Ako
very
na magre-respond
briefly.
para sa kanya. Sa'yo, Attorney Kapunan. The chair did make issue an order for the parties to try to meet Friday or Thursday. However, for whatever reason, lack of lawyers or inclement weather, that did not happen. Chair would just like to correct, hindi ka Attorney Lorna ininjan, baka ginost ka. Kasi hindi ka sinagot eh. Pero hindi ka ininjan, wala namang pinag-usapan date pa eh.
Inignore.
Ghost na nga eh. Ghost na yung bago ngayon.
Ginost.
Hindi na. Ghost na yung bago ngayon.
Ghosting.
Ginosting. Ang langya talaga itong defense, mga kababayan. Mahilig sa ghosting. Yung mga beneficiaries pa naman ng confidential funds, mga kababayan, puro multo na may mga pangalan po na fruit salad na. Abay na added na yung mga chichirya. Lumabas, mga kababayan, mga fruit salad na. Yan, sabi ni Atty. Lorna Kapunan, fruit salad, umirit si Prosecution Counsel Lorna Kapunan na tila fruit salad ang laman ng acknowledgement receipts para sa confidential funds ng Office of the Vice President. Ayan ba, gumawa ata ng fruit salad, may J. Kamote, may mangga, Migi Mango, may Matthew Queso. Talaga po, mga kababayan, kung ano-ano na lang na naisip na pangalan para po may mapagamitan ng pundo, makobra yung pera ng bayan. Ito pa, House Prosecution present signed more acknowledgement receipts linked to OBP confidential funds. May pangalan na Clarice Hontiveros, 500,000 medical and food aid. Jose Jokno Jr., information 120,000. Diane Mapli Lapid, supplies 150,000. John A. Lapid, 350,000, medical and food aid. Beverly Claire Pampano, ito na yung isda, 130,000 pesos. Information, tapos si Matthew N. Queso, 250,000 supplies. Kung ano-ano mga pangalan inimbento po talaga. Ayan pa, pati libreng sakay. Confidential funds used for libreng sakay, rice and tupad. Puro violations po. Sabi dito, activities involving libreng sakay, rice distribution in programs for tupad beneficiaries were among those submitted to support the liquidation of the Office of the Vice President's confidential funds, according to COA. Talagang guilty po itong si Sara Duterte, mga kababayan. Grabing violation po. Yan ang sabi dito. Ipinirsinta ng testigo ng prosecution ang ilan sa mga pinuna ng kanilang opisina na pinagkagastusan ng confidential funds ng Office of the Vice President noong 2022 na anyay labag sa joint circular at walang naipakitang proof of success. Ayan o, sabi diyan, ilang pinagamitan ng 2022 OBP confidential funds pinuna ng COA. Yan o, appreciation night, exploration meetings, Christmas activities, consultation with barangay chairpersons, pasasalamat and update meetings with TUDA, other sectors, gift giving, medical mission, satellite office activities, tree planting, youth campaign. Ipinakitang proof of success daw, festival attendance, satellite offices, engagement, rice distribution, medical mission, hospital visits. Puro violation po. Sabi ng COA, kaya disallowed po siya. Ito yung pagtatanong mga kababayan kay Sailin Dil Ocampo, COA auditor. Ang confidential fund po ay ito po yung lump sum amount na nasa General Appropriations Act na gagamitin po for confidential activities po ng isang ahensya, sabi niya. Sabi ni Atty. Caponan, at itong binasa mo, tree planting, napakaraming Christmas party, napakaraming award ceremony, yan ba ay pinapayagan sa sinabi mong definition of confidential funds? Sagot ni Dil Ocampo, hindi po. Di ba? Ito, mga kababayan, pakinggan natin yung porsyon ng pagtatanong ni Atty. Caponan.
Mr. Lemuel Ortonio, sino naman itong Lemuel Ortonio na to?
Based po sa document, siya po ang Assistant Secretary and Assistant Chief of Staff.
Sa letter response na to, na-identify mo, may nakalagay, meron bang naka-attach dito sa letter response?
Yes po, nag-attach po sila ng list of 105 activities ng Office of the Vice President for the period December 13 to 31, 2022.
First quarter ng
Fourth quarter ng 2022. Specifically, December 13 to 31, 2022.
At if we show you this list of activities na in-attach sa letter response, will you be able to identify this? We are flashing on
Yes,
the
po.
screen, Your Honor, a list of activities which is an attachment to the letter response of the OVP, Exhibit P-1-13B. Whereat yung listahan allegedly ng mga activities ng OVP ay naka-enumerate. Tell us, Madam Witness. Flash on the screen. Tell us, Madam Witness, ano ang significance nitong mga list ng activities na sinubmit ng Office of the Vice President sa kanyang letter response? Anong ibig sabihin nun? List of activities.
Ito po ay naging attachment nila as documents evidencing success of information gathering and or surveillance activities po na required po kapag nagkakaroon ng payment of rewards.
Anong period covered itong list of activities?
December 13 to 31, 2022 po.
And what ang observation, itong activities na nakalagay dyan ay prior to the receipt of the Office of the Vice President of its confidential fund. Ito ba ay kino-confirm mo?
Yes po, kasi yung cash advance po for 2022 po is for the period December 21 to 31, 2022.
At kailan na tinanggap ang cash advance?
December 21 po ang start.
Hindi ba ang ibig sabihin ng liquidation report, sinasabi mo kung ano yung mga pinaggamitan mo ng cash advance? Tama ba yan?
Opo, tama po.
Okay. And sa palagay mo, compliant ba to? Kasi post-audit compliance ba ito?
Based po sa document,
Yeah.
based po sa document na to, hindi po napakita dito na yung proof of success of the information gathering at may mga activities din po dito na from December 13, 15, 17, 18 na hindi po sakop dun sa period of utilization ng cash advance which is for December 21 to 31, 2022.
So you mentioned a joint circular? Meron ka bang anong pinagbasihan mo kung bakit violation ito?
Under po kasi sa Joint Circular 2015-01, kapag po ginamit ang confidential fund sa payment of rewards, subject po ito sa 3 conditions.
Ano yung mga condition na yan?
First po, it should be approved by the head of agency. Pangalawa po, it should be supported with documents evidencing success of the information gathering and or surveillance activities on account of the information given by the informer. And yung last po is, it should be directly related sa confidential activities ng agency po.
Okay, so ano dyan sa requirements ang sinasabi mo hindi sinunod ng Office of the Vice President?
Ito po kasing listahan na to sinabit nila as proof of success of information gathering to support the payment of rewards. Pero based po sa documents na to, hindi po namin nakita yung particular accomplishment.
Okay, nakalagay sa dokumento examples ng activities ng Office of the Vice President for the confidential funds. Pakibasa nga for the record, no? Kasi tama ba yung basa namin? May tree planting, gift giving. Please read for the record, Madam Witness. Ano yung sinasabing pinaggamitan ng confidential funds?
Dito po sa December 13, 2022, Department of Education 2022 Partners Appreciation Night in Mandaluyong City, Metro Manila, December 15 night.
Sandali. Appreciation Night.
Opo.
Sa pagkaintindi mo, confidential activity ba yan? O nasa listahan ba yan
Your Honor.
ng confidential activities base sa joint circular?
Based po dun sa enumeration kung saan gagamitin ang confidential fund, hindi po ito nakasama doon.
Basahin mo pa yung iba. So hindi. Ano pa yung iba?
Puro
December
violation po.
15, 2022,
Yan,
Knights of Rizal Supreme Council, 60th year of the Institute in Baguio City, Youth Campaign on Patriotism.
Puro
Meron
violation.
din po
Compliant ba to sa listahan?
based po sa joint circular, hindi po ito nakasama dun sa mga activities po under 4.8 kung saan pwedeng gamitin ang confidential fund.
Basahin mo nga lahat ng activities na yan for the record at sabihin mo kung compliant ito. Kung ito ba mga activities ay pinapayagan bilang liquidation ng confidential funds.
Meron po dito December 17, 2022, Christmas activity in Happy Land, Tondo, Manila. Christmas activity and exploration meeting of Extension Office Barangay 101 in Tondo, Manila. Consultation with Barangay Chairman ng Manila in Manila. Pasasalamat and update meeting TODA in Barangay Batasan Hills, Quezon City. May mga activity po dito na pasasalamat, coordination meeting, may mga tree planting po, distribution of wheelchairs, gift giving, medical mission, at iba pong activities ng mga satellite offices po ng Office of the Vice President.
Sa joint circular na minention mo, can you remind us, ano ba talaga ang definition ng confidential funds?
Ang confidential fund po, ito po yung lump sum amount na nasa General Appropriations Act na gagamitin po for confidential activities po ng isang ahensya.
At itong binasa mo, tree planting, Christmas, napakadaming Christmas party, napakadaming award ceremony. Yan ba ay pinapayagan sa sinabi mong definition ng confidential funds?
Hindi po.
Hindi po.
Nakita na ninyo? Puro violation. Guilty si Sara. Sintensya na ninyo. I-convict na ninyo yan. Dalawa pa lang pong articles of impeachment, yung grave threat, tapos itong confidential funds. Puro violation po. Guilty. Tama po? Ayan man lang, mga kababayan. Ako po si Dante Maravillas. Bye-bye. God bless.